Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Bloom, Group Publisher of Walls and Ceilings, and thank you so much for joining me for a very special episode of If Walls Could Talk. I'm so honored and thrilled to be joined by Michael Quart, the Executive Director for the Insulation Contractors Association of America. Michael, thank you so much for joining me.
Jill, thank you so much for inviting me today.
Well, most definitely. There's some really fun things happening with ICAA this year. First of all, you're going to be down in Dallas from the September 27th to the 30th. But let's dive into the details. Tell everybody, what do they need to know? You've got some fun changes to talk about this year.
We do. We've instituted two big changes for Dallas, and everything in Dallas is always big and changing. So we ran some surveys of our members and suppliers and contractors and distributors and manufacturers. And what we heard overwhelmingly, and everything really in terms of the information you're getting, so many things have changed in the last 2 to 3 years in terms of travel and taking time away. So what we heard is this, and we're doing it. Trade show one day instead of a 2-day event, and that is going to be all day on Thursday, September 28th. Previously, we had a 2-day or 2.5-day kind of thing, and I think that's really going to work out. It's really going to meet the needs of everybody that's attending. And then following that, we're going to have Friday and Saturday, a day and a half of strictly educational sessions, general sessions that are open to everybody, all suppliers and contractors. So that's different because before it used to be interspersed. And so now they're finite, they're completely separate, they're distinct. I think it's going to meet, I'm very excited about it. It really puts the focus on education for that day and a half, trade show, full day on Thursday.
Oh, that's exciting. Very cool. So what are the show hours then on Thursday? Do they start early and go all day long?
Yes, they start at 10 a.m. and then conclude at 5 p.m. So we've got 7 hours of uninterrupted. We have a lunch in there as well. And that's not a sit-down lunch. So there'll be plenty of time to walk around, to do your thing, to meet. In fact, this year we've also sold out our exhibit space. I think we've got about 110, 115 a combination of 8x10s and 10x10s. So we've got a great representation in the industry that covers really everything from closet shelving to, the basic material manufacturers to distributors to software companies.
Oh, that's exciting. Well, that's great. So, I mean, education is well, first of all, networking will be great for that day on the show floor, especially during your luncheon, like you're talking about. And that's what it seems like everybody loves, to be able to have that opportunity. But tell me some more about the education. What are some of if someone wants to come and get educated, what are some of the things that they can expect to learn about?
Well, one of the things that we are going to talk about is the Inflation Reduction Act that passed in 2022, at the end of 22, and that involves some huge, robust incentives for adding insulation and air sealing to homes and commercial buildings and other facilities. And it starts with the 25C tax credit that we're going to go into. That's pretty straightforward, although there actually are some unusual things about the legislation right now that need to be interpreted, and we'll be going through that. But then we've got the 45L, which is a tax credit for new homes based on air exchange and air sealing requirements that are upgraded. And then a huge rebate program that is going to be put together by each state energy office. So there's a lot to talk about that'll be pretty definitive. And again, it's all incentives for homeowners, for architects, for building owners and facilities to upgrade their insulation in new and existing facilities. So that's
awesome. Yeah, lots to talk about, lots to unpack there for sure.
Lots to unpack, lots of questions, and we're going to have the right people to answer them. So I'm excited about it as well.
Yes,
there's a lot of questions about these programs, and we're going to.
And you know what? It's ongoing, and I think it's something that I'm excited for you and I to continue to put some information out there for contractors moving forward, because it's constantly changing and updating, and there's some great opportunities there.
Yeah. So a big part of that big opportunity is retrofit, not just new homes, but existing homes. And so we thought, let's have a specialist. And we've got J.R. Babineau, who is a head research manager at Johns Manville. And I talked to him and I said, there's a gigantic market out there for retrofit. And especially with this incentive, but retrofit is a completely different business than new construction. There's a lot of things that you go into a house and you need to figure out what kind of preparatory work you need to do. What are the conditions for putting in your some of the conditions that may disqualify certain materials or the way you do things. So we're going to go through a step-by-step process of what happens when you evaluate an attic or sidewalls or whatever, and an existing home, and what needs to be done, what needs to be evaluated and thought about in a safe way before that job is undertaken. So we're going to go through that A to Z list, and I'm really excited about that because it's a great learning experience. One of the things that we've seen in the last few years, we have a lot of new companies that are in the industry, new businesses that have formed, and without huge number of years of experience. And these are things that we really need to bring to a new membership that they may not be aware of about doing retrofit homes. What do you really look for? Precautions, conditions to do that job efficiently.
Well, that is really exciting. I know that there's going to be some great, it sounds like there's going to be tons of great education going on. And thank you for all those nuggets of information. If anybody wants to attend ICAA, Michael, where do they go? Where can they find out all the details to register and sign up to come?
On our website, that would be insulate.org/ICAA 2023. Or just insulate.org and you'll find it. You'll see the big picture of the bowls. And
okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Sounds great. Well, thank you so much, Michael. We really appreciate your time today. And if anybody also has any questions for us, it's roofingcontractor.com or wconline.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for all our free content, especially sign up for our e-newsletters, our website, all our social media platforms, so you can stay up to date on all the great interviews we're doing, especially what we're talking about today with Michael and ICAA coming up. But most importantly, stay safe and healthy, and we can't wait to talk to you soon. Thanks so much, Michael.
Thank you, Jill.